A while ago, somebody asked me the question about can I get a clear prop? Kind of hard to do, except with your eyeballs when you're in a pressurized airplane, because you couldn't hear anything if you yelled from the inside of the airplane anyway. So you've got to look. With this airplane, it's easy because you can see everything around the propellers, including behind them, just by looking.
Red Tower information echo 2153 Zulu observation. Wind 190 at 11, gust 17. Visibility 10 miles. Ceiling 4,100 broken. Temperature niner, dew point 1. Altimeter 2991. Essential aircraft 5G nodems in effect at Renton Airport. For further information, contact flight service frequencies. RNAV approach runway 16 in use. Advise initial contact. You have information echo.
Right here on plus 874 Echo Bravo. We've got Echo IFR to McMinnville.
Flight is 874 Echo Bravo, Renton ground. Clear to McMinnville via the Renton 3 departure. Radar vectors. Caro, Victor 27, Sonder, Uniform Bravo Golf, direct. Climb via the SID, expect 16,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.2, squawk 4754.
Alright, Plot 874 Echo Bravo, clear to McMinnville via the Renton 3, radar vectors to Caro, Victor 27, Sander, Newburgh VOR, McMinnville. We'll climb via the SID, expect 16,000 5 minutes after 119.2 and 4754.
Plot is 4 Echo Bravo, read back correct, thanks.
Renton ground, Aerostar 11111, information echo IFR to Payne Field, inward pro flight.
Aerostar 11111, Renton ground, clear to Payne Airport via the Renton 3 departure, then as filed. Climb via the SID, expect 4,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.2, squawk 4642.
Okay, 11111 is cleared to Payne Field via the Renton 3 departure, then is filed. Climb via the SID. Climb maintain expect 4,000 5 minutes after departure. 119.2 and squawk 4642.
Aerostar 111, read back correct, thanks.
Ground Plot is 4 Echo Bravo's ready to taxi.
Gotta wait for the
Bravo,
platypus.
Where are you currently parked?
The FTO pro flight.
Plot is 4 Echo Bravo, roger, taxi runway 160 Alpha.
160 Alpha, 4 Echo Bravo.
And ground, Aerostar 11111, we're ready to taxi. We'll follow the Pilatus.
Aerostar 111, Renton ground, follow the Pilatus, taxi runway 160 Alpha.
16 via Alpha, following the Pilatus.
So we'll head down to the run-up area and do a complete run-up. Especially important, well, it's important all the time, but especially important after an annual. You don't want to miss anything. Do the feather check to start with, 1300 RPM, and then look for a 300 RPM drop. Both props come back evenly. I do them both at the same time because that gives me an idea if one of them's hanging up. And I've actually had that happen where one came down really slowly and the other one came down the way it should. And then when we went out to feather the engine one day for training, not on this airplane but on another one, that prop did not feather. Turned out the nitrogen in the hub had leaked out. Then mag check, 2100 RPM. I will tend to do this both at the same time. The 700 with the big brakes, you can hold it really easily, and there's nothing behind me to blow over, so this works out good. Set both of the engine analyzers up to show graphic on the EGTs. And I'm looking for a uniform drop, or a uniform increase in the EGT when I go from both to left or both to right. And we'll come back and do an idle check, make sure the engines continue to run when the throttles are all the way at idle, which they do. And yes, I do use the checklist. Somebody commented on that before, and it's because these things are edited pretty heavily. A lot of that stuff gets left out.
Red Tower, Aerostar 11111's ready to go, IFR.
Aerostar 11111, Renton Tower, runway 16, clear for takeoff, winds 220 at 11, gusts 19er.
M1 111, clear for takeoff, and got the winds.
So you notice the iPhone has got a cord. That's the microphone earbuds thing, and I've got the microphone stuffed in a headset that's sitting on the co-pilot chair. I use that for audio a lot because it actually does a better job at filtering out the alternator whine, which is horrible in this airplane. That's not going to get fixed until the avionics get redone and we get a new intercom and audio panel system, along with all new wiring and shielding for the audio.
I'm going to go ahead and do a full static run up.
November 4294 Charlie, renting ground, runway 16, taxi via Alpha, and what is your requested departure? November 94 Charlie, roger, taxi runway 16 via Alpha, and you can expect to straight out, just remain clear of Boeing's airspace.
There's 42 inches of manifold pressure, brakes released, and away we go. Everything's looking nominal. And if I lost the engines right here, about 90 knots, I'd have to pull the throttle back and I could stop. At this point in time, I'm still committed to land. Now I'm not. We're going.
Aerostar 111, contact zone departure. Have a good flight.
101, clear departure. Seattle departure, Aerostar 11111's with you out of 1,000 for 3,000.
Aerostar 11111, Seattle departure, radar contact, mile maintain 4,000.
I maintain 4,000, 111.
Aerostar 111, advise when you have the information of November at Payne.
Will do. And approach Aerostar 111 House November.
Aerostar 111, roger, and you can turn left turn heading 340.
Left heading 340, 11111, and we're going to request the visual when we get up there.
Roger.
Okay, requested the visual approach. This is a little bit of where condition bias comes into play. Took off from Renton on runway 16. So the assumption is that Payne Field would be 16 as well. Well, it wasn't. And I didn't catch that when I listened to the ATIS. So I set up for an approach on 16. Even though I'm going to do a visual, I'll still set the approach up. And I didn't catch it for a little while, and you'll see where I did catch it finally, and had to scramble and put the 3-4 approach in at Payne Field. But since it was a visual, it really didn't matter, but still you got to be careful of condition bias because it can get you.
Aerostar 111, continue left turn heading 320.
Heading 320, 111.
What you can't see out here, there was a pretty heavy thunderstorms that were dumping some hail and heavy rain and snow and sleet and all that kind of stuff out of them. They're actually off to the left. We go around.
Aerostar 111, you can turn back to the right now, heading 360, and contact approach on 128.5.
360, 128.5, 1.
Once we get around those cells, you'll see it on the iPad after I remove the approach plate.
Seattle approach, Aerostar 111 with
the departure plate.
Aerostar 111, Seattle approach, area of motor precipitation, 12 o'clock, 6 miles. The motor precipitation is 4 miles in diameter.
On 111, we can see it.
Horizon 2134, descend to maintain 2,000.
High departure, Alaska 732, 1800 for 3000.
Alaska 732, scheduled departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4000.
4000, Alaska 732.
Horizon 2134, turn right direct Rorio, join the funnel approach course straight in. Horizon correction, Alaska 732, turn left heading 240.
Left turn, 240, Alaska 732.
Horizon 2134, turn left heading 340 for traffic. Horizon 2134, traffic 12, moving to 1 o'clock, 4 miles southeastbound, altitude indicates 1,800.
So I'm still thinking we're going to be landing on 16. So I set up the GPS approach because there's a NOTAM that the ILS glide slope was not working.
Alright, we're looking Alaska 732.
Horizon 2134, thanks. Direct Rorio, when able, maintain fuel separation from that traffic.
Rorio.
Alaska 732, traffic no factor, contact approach 125.
Yeah, I heard the guy going to Rario, which means they're landing on 3-4. So time to switch the approach again.
Temperature 72.1, altimeter 900, Our GPS approach is arriving at departing runway 34 left, runway 34 right.
Aerostar 111, turn left heading 340.
Left heading 340, 111.
Aerostar 111, descend to maintain 3000.
111 down 3000.
Horizon 2134, display your present heading, expect to turn to final. Aerostar 111, safe flight conditions.
IMC.
Aerostar 111, turn left heading 290.
Left heading 290, 111.
It was a lot bumpier out there than it looked. So that buzzer is an altitude warning. I set the altitude alerter to the altitude I've been cleared to, and it'll go off anywhere from 200 to about 400 feet above that altitude, depending on how fast I'm coming down.
Maintain 2000 until established on the funnel approach course, third RNF. Runway 34 left approach.
And some of you will wonder what is the flaps 20 speed on these airplanes. It's 174 knots on the most of the 600 series, and then the Piper 700 is 188, which is the numbers that I use in this airplane.
1 has the airport.
Aerostar 111, thanks. You're following the U-175. You're following the 1 o'clock, 5 miles up the terminal. Okay, we'll have you turn to final very shortly.
Now you can see all the pink on the iPad.
Aerostar 111, turn right heading 310, cleared vehicle approach, runway 34 left.
Heading 310, clear for the visual, 34 left for 111.
Boeing 003 Heavy is ready for departure.
003 Heavy, Paint Tower, reverse standby. First 2134, right turn at Alpha 1, and contact ground 28 off. Right turn Alpha 1 over to ground, 28, horizon 2134, thanks.
300. 200.
So this I flew as if it was a real instrument approach, and I will keep the speed at 120 or thereabouts until I get down to about 200 feet, and then the flaps will go in full and then reduce power. Cross the numbers at about, or the threshold about 100 feet, correction 100 knots. And I got a little bit of a push here. I got pushed up, which doesn't happen very often. So it seemed like it floated, which this airplane does not do that much. Safe and sound back home.
Aerostar 111, contact ground point 8.
111, ground point 8.
Southwest 8548, ping clearance. On Southwest 8548, roger. Still don't have anything at the moment. I will let you.
I'm Eric Reese. I sell real estate for a living, but I fly and instruct in the Aerostar for fun. Join us on our travel and training adventures in the world's fastest light piston twin.